Sheepy and I say it's the ocean. Well, you and Sheepy are going to be late for the picnic if we don't hurry. Whoops! I almost forgot. Better take the zip line. Oh! Look! Another cloud! That one's long and flat. What do you think it could be, Newts? It's a surfboard. Obviously. And Sheepy is surfing. Woohoo! Go, Sheepy, go! I'll surf with you, Sheepy. I'd better get a picture of this. My sister dancing with a surfing sheep. Now that's something you don't see every day. This long and flat cloud is called a stratus cloud. Interesting. Come dance with us, Darwin. I still say it's the surfboard.
Kia ora, Darwin. Kia ora, Newts.
Hi. Hello.
We're over here.
Picnic time.
Hello, this is the Midday News. Thanks for joining us. Prime Minister James Marape left the country this morning to attend the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Apia, Samoa. It will be the first time this meet will be held in a Pacific small island developing state. The event started on October 21st and ends October 26th.
Prime Minister James Marape departed the country this morning for Samoa to attend the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting 2024. Before departure, the Prime Minister in a media conference made significant announcements in regards to impact projects in the country, including the Wafi-Golpu project in Morobe and the Pasca project in Gulf.
To thank both Harmony and Newmont for their patience and their contribution on the table. Our national interest is such where in any projects under Marape Rosso, Pangu and coalition government, we have it by policy that we gain above 55% in the total project value. Total project value, the country must get about 55%. That's what we've done for Pogra. That's what we are doing for Wafi-Golpu, and that's what we are doing also for Pasca. That's what we've also secured in the Pinyang project.
Importantly, the Prime Minister announced that the National Executive Council has approved the anti-terrorism bill that will be brought before Parliament in the November session. Once Parliament passes this law, it will empower police with extraordinary power, especially in areas where there is a high violence rate. Marape clarified that special training is already in progress with police personnel to enforce the law.
The country cannot afford to have lawbreakers thinking that they are more powerful than our policemen and policewomen. And so that law is tailored, making redundant or improving from our current Police Act. It elevates the power of police to a level where police can then get in, for instance, upon suspicion of gun prevalence, etc. The police can go in. Police has power to shoot to kill when it's confronted with gunmen and those who continue to be a threat to society. I want to announce that in November that bill is put forward by government. I commend
The Prime Minister also announced that Parliament will be looking at introducing a state of emergency in 3 islands provinces in the November session: Southern Islands, Ella, and Enga, for a period of 3 months.
As court submits us, and the law that is coming will give power to police, and we'll start with the 3 months of state of emergency in the 3 provinces, and police and defense will be structured to work to ensure Enga, Hela, Southern Islands, and from there we come out. Those who hold guns amidst us, police and defense will be out there searching.
Deputy Prime Minister John Rosso is acting Prime Minister until Mr. Marape returns this Sunday, October 27, 2024. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
A man who posted defamatory publications against Police Minister Peter Samalili Jr. was arrested and charged and is now detained at Boroko Police Station. Acting National Capital District Metropolitan Superintendent Mazuk Rubiang confirmed that 51-year-old Samson Kamati from Hagen Central in Western Highlands Province was formally charged with 2 counts of defamatory publication under the Cybercrime Code Act of 2016. Superintendent Rubiang said that according to police investigators, it was alleged that on September 13, 2024, Kamati posted defamatory materials using social media sites, causing disaffection with the police minister on WhatsApp and Facebook. Rubiang said that on Tuesday, October 22, 2024, Mr. Kamati was informed through the phone to make himself available at Boroko Police Station, which he did yesterday. Managing Director of Commonwealth Petroleum Holdings Limited, Wapusong, has signed a pre-front-end engineering and development contract for a floating LNG facility in the Gulf of Papua in Papua New Guinea. Song announced that this important contract had been awarded to Shanghai Winson Offshore and Marine Company Limited.
Commonwealth Petroleum Holdings Limited has signed a pre-front-end engineering and development contract with Shanghai Vision Offshore and Marine Company Limited for a floating LNG facility on the sidelines of the Petroleum and Energy Conference in Port Moresby recently. Chief Technical Officer Damien Nguyen, who signed on behalf of the company, said Vision was delighted to work closely with Commonwealth Petroleum in its ambitious plan to commercialize gas fields in PNG. KPHL Managing Director Vapu Song said KPHL has for some time been investigating how to commercialize stranded gas resources, particularly in its petroleum retention licenses over the Pandora and Uramu gas fields offshore in Gulf Province. He said this is a critical step in the right direction and they are extremely excited about it. Mr. Song said KPHL has evaluated these gas discoveries and completed reserve certification, which has given them confidence in moving to the stage of the commercialization plan. KPHL is 100% license holder of the 2 PRL offshore licenses now and intends to farm down post this study to interested partners who see value in the 1.5 MTPA FLNG project in PNG. This pre-FEED study is a necessary step to ensure that they understand the full scope, cost, schedule, risk, and the full economic value before deciding on moving FEED and final investment decision. The pre-FEED study is expected to take 8 to 12 months, which should lead to FEED thereafter and FID sometime in 2026 or 2027. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
A stalwart company in the global oil and gas industry, Petronas, has confirmed its 50% acquisition of the Total Energies Mailu Petroleum Prospecting License 576. The partnership marks Petronas' inaugural entry into PNG's energy market, highlighting the nation as a burgeoning hub for international investment in natural resources.
Petronas, founded in 1974, is a stalwart in the global oil and gas industry, known for its successful projects worldwide. The partnership with Total Energies promises to bolster PNG's capacity for offshore exploration and development, paving the way for economic growth and enhanced industrial capacity within the region. Minister for Petroleum Jimmy Maladina officially completed the farm-in process by signing the statutory instrument recently, emphasizing the strategic importance of this collaboration for advancing offshore exploration efforts. Maladina says the upcoming exploration and drilling activities under PPL 576 are projected to incur costs ranging between 80 million US dollar to 100 million US dollar, with possibilities for escalation based on operational conditions. Minister Maladina expressed confidence in the future of PNG's oil and gas sector and said the collaboration with Petronas signifies a resounding vote of confidence in our industry's trajectory. He said the partnership with Petronas heralds a new era of opportunity, drawing in international partners and investment to enhance the nation's resource development capabilities. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
This week, the French envoy Pierre Fournier, the new French ambassador to Papua New Guinea, presented his credentials on behalf of the President of the French Republic, Emmanuel Macron, to Governor-General Sir Bob Dadai. Governor-General Sir Bob Dadai told Mr. Fournier that PNG is grateful to count on France as a key partner. He expressed gratitude to France's support in the transport area and in the preservation of PNG's biodiversity and nature. With nearly 5 years of engagement in the Pacific under his belt, Mr. Fournier is well versed in the complexities and opportunities of the region, making him exceptionally suited to foster closer ties between France and Papua New Guinea. Apia will host the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. The Pacific Island nation is excited to make voice their needs on the global stage. This includes topics like climate change.
The atmosphere here is really buzzing, Gemma, but as you might be able to see behind me, the weather, at least for the moment, is not playing along. We've had a bit of a downpour here in Samoa, leaving an awful lot of people drenched. But spirits are unbowed. Most people are really excited about this event. It's just absolute bedlam in the centre of Apia this morning, with motorcades zipping about and a sense of optimism when you speak to most people here about what this event can do for Samoa. Not only is it bringing a huge infusion of people and potentially a large infusion of cash into the city centre, most people here are excited about the fact that there'll be an awful lot of media from around the world, an awful lot of leaders here. They think that that offers them a really valuable platform to talk about the issues that really matter to them. And as we heard earlier from Miles, at the top of that list is undoubtedly climate change.
Yeah, so tell us more about these main issues that are likely to dominate the week.
Well, when it comes to climate change, there are a couple of things that are really going to be sharply in focus. At the top of the list possibly is climate finance. One common complaint from a large number of developing countries in the Commonwealth, that's not just Pacific nations, but also Caribbean island nations and, of course, African nations, which have a huge presence in the Commonwealth, has been that they simply can't get access to climate finance as quickly as they need it to deal with the cascading impacts that we're seeing now from climate change. So there's a frustration that when they go through big international bodies, it's simply too long, too laborious and too clunky a process. Now, the Commonwealth has played a role here. It's mobilised some $350 million in climate finance. It wants to mobilise another $500 million. But I think it's likely that developed nations who are a part of the Commonwealth, like Australia, like the United Kingdom, and like Canada, just for example, are probably going to come under some pressure here at CHOGM, not just over their fossil fuel subsidies, but also over that issue of climate finance. Perhaps there might be some demands for countries like Australia to step up with greater contributions to some of those international funds. Now, yesterday the ABC spoke to Patricia Scotland. She's the current and outgoing Secretary-General of the Commonwealth, and she said that climate change was really the #1 issue on its agenda for this meeting here in Samoa. Let's take a listen to what she had to say.
The thing I know is that we have a choice. We can either work together, swim together, or we can drown separately.
Has the controversy over Lydia Thorpe's protest in front of King Charles in Canberra caught attention in Samoa, Stephen?
Yeah, it has caught a bit of attention. I don't want to overstate it. I don't think it's a hot topic discussion around many villages here, but some Samoans on social media, for example, have picked up on that, and it has kick-started perhaps another interesting conversation around colonialism and where Samoa and the Pacific fits more broadly in that piece. Now, as you mentioned, Samoa has made it clear that this is not its main priority at the meeting, that climate change is at the top of the agenda, but inevitably these issues will bubble up again, and I think the protest from Lydia Thorpe will possibly give it a little bit more prominence. The question, of course, is what can the Commonwealth or what can the United Kingdom do about it? Some African nations in particular have called on the United Kingdom and others to actually make reparations. That issue seems to be a bit of a non-starter because Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister, has effectively ruled that out, along with any sort of formal apology. But all three African candidates to replace Patricia Scotland have said that they are in favour of reparatory justice of some kind. So even if it's only at the end of this meeting, I think this issue is likely to be raised by Commonwealth leaders.
It wasn't long ago that Hewago Paul Loya found himself tucked away at the back of the team hurdle because he could not understand much English. 4 years on since signing up with Gold Coast Suns AFL club, the young gun, nicknamed Ace, is now a confident young man inspiring a new generation of AFL talent to pick up an Aussie rules ball and follow his footsteps. At the back end of a hectic 2024 AFL season in Australia, Ace flew into Port Moresby this week for a couple of days of family time and traditional home-cooked food before he heads back to prepare for pre-season next month. As courtesy, Ace took time to catch up with the national senior men's squad, Mosquitoes and under-17 boys and girls during the training for the Pacific Cup at the Colts ground, his old stomping ground. Ace said he would have loved to represent his country, but his current contract and commitment to the Suns prevents him from doing that. Ace, who's been with the Suns for 4 years, is looking forward to his 5th year with the club. And that's all for today. Do join us at 6 tonight for more news and sport.